What's your favorite hobby?
What's your favorite hobby?
I really enjoy painting. It's a great way to express myself creatively. How about you?
I'm into hiking. I love being outdoors and exploring new trails.
That sounds invigorating. What kind of painting do you do?
Mostly watercolors. I like how fluid and unpredictable they can be.
I've tried watercolor painting before. It's quite challenging, but really rewarding. Do you have a favorite place to hike?
Yes, there's a national park about an hour from here that has some amazing scenic routes. What subjects do you usually paint?
I tend to focus on landscapes. Nature always inspires me, so it's a common theme in my work.
Seems like we both draw a lot of inspiration from nature then.
Absolutely, it has so much to offer. Have you ever thought about combining your hobbies, like painting some of the landscapes you hike through?
That's a great idea. I could start bringing a sketch pad with me on hikes.
You should. It might add another layer of enjoyment to your hikes.
Definitely something to consider. Thanks for the suggestion.
Let's keep the momentum going.
I can't believe we managed to raise all that money at the fundraiser last night.
I know, right? It was an incredible turnout. Let's keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. With this kind of support, we can really expand our outreach programs.
I was thinking the same thing. We should start planning the next event while the excitement is still high.
Agreed. Maybe we could organize a community cleanup day next month.
That's a great idea. It's hands-on and gets people directly involved.
Plus, it'll give us another chance to spread the word about our cause.
Exactly. And we can use social media to keep everyone updated and engaged.
Yes, we should definitely post photos and stories from last night's event.
I'll handle that. We've got some great shots that will inspire more people to join us.
Perfect. Let's set up a meeting with the team to brainstorm more ideas.
Sounds good. We've got a lot of positive energy right now.
That's a ray of sunshine.
Did you hear about the new park they're building in the neighborhood?
Yes, I did. That's a ray of sunshine for our community.
It really is. We've needed a nice green space for a long time.
I agree. It'll be great to have a place where families can spend time together and kids can play.
And I heard they're including a community garden too. That's going to be fantastic.
That's amazing. We can grow fresh vegetables and maybe even start some gardening workshops.
Absolutely. It'll be a great way to bring people together and promote healthy living.
And think about all the events we can host there, like outdoor movie nights and picnics.
That's true. It's going to be such a versatile space.
I'm already looking forward to spending time there.
Me too. It's projects like this that really uplift the community.
Definitely. It's exactly what we needed.
I'm so ecstatic.
Did you get the news? Our proposal won the grant.
Really? That's amazing. I'm so ecstatic.
Me too. This grant is going to make such a huge difference for our project.
Absolutely. We've been working so hard for this. It's great to see it paying off.
Now we can finally move forward with the next phase. I've already started drafting some new plans.
That's fantastic. With this funding, we can expand our research and hire more team members.
Exactly. And we can invest in better equipment too. This will really elevate our work.
I'm so thrilled. This is a game changer for us. What's the first thing we should tackle?
I think we should prioritize setting up the new lab space. That will give us the foundation we need.
Agreed. Let's schedule a meeting with the team to outline our next steps.
Sounds good. I'll send out an invite for tomorrow morning.
Perfect. I can't wait to see where this takes us. This is just the beginning.
I'm so excited for the journey ahead.
Hey, have you made a decision about the job offer?
Yes, I accepted it. I start next month.
That's fantastic news. I'm so excited for the journey ahead for you.
Thanks. It's a big step, but I feel ready for the challenge. The new role has so much potential for growth.
Absolutely. It sounds like a great opportunity. What will you be working on?
I'll be leading a team focused on developing sustainable energy solutions. It's exactly the kind of work I've always wanted to do.
That sounds incredible. It's great to see you moving into a field you're passionate about.
It really is. I'm a bit nervous, but mostly excited. What about you? Any big changes on the horizon?
Actually, yes. I've been thinking about going back to school to get my master's degree.
That's amazing. What would you study?
I'm interested in environmental science. I want to contribute to solving climate change.
That's awesome. I'm sure you'll do great. We both have exciting paths ahead.
Indeed. Here's to new beginnings and exciting journeys.
Let's clear the air.
Hey, I think we need to talk about what happened yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. Let's clear the air.
I felt really hurt when you didn't invite me to the meeting.
I'm sorry about that. It wasn't intentional. The meeting was planned last minute, and I thought you were already busy.
I understand things can be rushed, but it felt like I was being excluded on purpose.
I can see how it might seem that way. I promise it wasn't. I value your input and want you to be part of these discussions.
Thanks for saying that. It means a lot. I just want to make sure we're on the same page moving forward.
Absolutely. Communication is key. If something like this happens again, I'll make sure to reach out and clarify.
That sounds good. Let's make an effort to keep each other in the loop.
Agreed. It's important that we work together smoothly.
That's a breath of fresh air.
Hey, have you seen the new office layout?
Yes, I did. It looks amazing with all the open spaces and natural light.
I agree. It's such a huge improvement from the old setup.
Absolutely. It's so much more inviting and collaborative. That's a breath of fresh air.
It really is. I've noticed people are more energetic and engaged now.
The new breakout areas are great too. Perfect for quick brainstorming sessions or just taking a break.
Yes, and the new meeting rooms are so well equipped. It's made our team meetings more efficient.
I also love the addition of the standing desks. It's nice to have the option to switch between sitting and standing during the day.
Definitely. And those new plants everywhere. They really brighten up the place and make it feel more lively.
Agreed. It's amazing what a difference a well-designed space can make.
Absolutely. Here's to hoping this positive change boosts our productivity even more.
Cheers to that. It's a great start to a new chapter in our office.
Did you sleep well?
Did you sleep well?
Not really, no. Kept waking up for some reason.
That's rough. Anything on your mind?
Sort of. I've been thinking about the new project at work. It's quite challenging.
I can imagine. What's the project about?
It's a software development project. We're trying to integrate AI in ways that haven't been done before in our company.
Sounds intriguing. Is that what's been keeping you up?
Partly, yes. It's exciting, but also daunting. There's a lot riding on its success.
Well, if anyone can handle it, it's you. You've always been great with challenges.
Thanks. I hope you're right. What about you? How did you sleep?
Better than usual, actually. I finished a big presentation yesterday, so it felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders.
That's great to hear. Maybe you can give me some tips on how to unwind.
Sure. We could try some relaxation techniques I've learned. They might help.
I'd appreciate that. Let's try that tonight.
Do you have any thoughts on?
Do you have any thoughts on the new transportation initiative?
Yeah, I've been following it. It seems like a promising way to improve urban mobility.
I agree. It could alleviate traffic congestion and reduce emissions.
Definitely. And I think the focus on public transit and alternative modes of transportation is a step in the right direction.
What about the proposed bike lanes and pedestrian-friendly infrastructure?
I think it's great. It encourages healthier and more sustainable modes of transport.
True, but I've heard some concerns about the potential impact on parking spaces and businesses.
That's a valid point. There needs to be a balance between promoting alternative transportation and supporting local businesses.
Absolutely. It's crucial to consider the needs of all stakeholders in the community.
Agreed. Overall, though, I think it's a positive development for our city's infrastructure.
I think so too. Hopefully, it will make our city more livable and environmentally friendly.
What's your favorite movie?
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that
What's your favorite movie?
I really love Inception. The plot twists, the visuals, and the concept are all just mind-blowing. How about you?
Mine has to be The Shawshank Redemption. It's just such a powerful story about hope and perseverance.
That's a classic. I've seen it a few times, and it never gets old. What is it about The Shawshank Redemption that stands out to you?
I think it's the character development and the emotional depth. Watching Andy and Red's friendship grow in such a tough environment is really moving.
Absolutely. The characters really draw you in. With Inception, I think it's the concept of dreaming that fascinates me. The idea that you can enter someone's dreams and plant an idea is just fascinating.
It's a brilliant concept. Do you like movies that make you think?
I do, especially those that keep you guessing right to the end. What about you? Do you prefer more emotional stories?
Yes, I tend to lean towards movies that focus on relationships and personal growth. It can be really inspiring.
They sure can. Maybe that's why these films are our favorites. They make us think and feel deeply.
I love you.
So, what's been on your mind lately?
Oh, the usual. Work, family, the state of the world. It's all just a jumble in there.
I get that. Sometimes it feels like everything's spinning out of control.
Exactly. It's like we're all just trying to keep our heads above water.
Yeah, it's tough out there. But hey, through it all, I just want you to know.
What's that?
I love you.
I love you too. It's nice to hear that, especially with everything going on.
Yeah, it's important to remind each other sometimes. Keeps us grounded.
Definitely. It's the little things that make it all worthwhile.
Absolutely. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Do you have any siblings?
living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so far.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have one older sister. How about you?
I'm an only child. What's it like having a sister?
It's great most of the time. We're really close now, but we definitely had our moments growing up.
I can imagine. I sometimes wonder what it would have been like to have a brother or sister.
It has its perks, like always having someone to talk to or hang out with.
That sounds nice. Does your sister live nearby?
She moved across the country a few years ago for her job, but we keep in touch a lot and visit when we can.
That must be tough, being so far apart.
It is, but we manage. Do you ever feel lonely being an only child?
Sometimes, but I had a lot of cousins around growing up, so that helped.
Family connections really do make a difference.
They really do. So, does your sister come back home often?
She tries to make it for the holidays. At least. It's always a special time when she does.
Let's put our best foot forward.
Have you prepared the presentation for tomorrow's meeting?
Yes, I've outlined the key points and gathered the data we need.
Great. Let's put our best foot forward. We need to impress the clients.
Absolutely. I've included the latest sales figures and projections to highlight our growth.
Good thinking. Did you also address the competitor analysis?
Yes, I've compared our strategies with theirs and noted our advantages.
Excellent. I'll handle the introduction and overview. We should emphasize our innovative approach.
Agreed. And I'll wrap up with the key takeaways and next steps.
Perfect. With our preparation, we'll make a strong impact.
Let's put our best foot forward and show them why we're the leaders in this industry.
Exactly. This presentation is our chance to solidify our position.
We're ready. Let's do this.
I'm so thrilled to be part of this.
Hey, have you heard about the new project at work?
Yes, I have. I'm so thrilled to be part of this.
Me too! It's going to be a great opportunity for us to showcase our skills.
Absolutely. I've already started brainstorming some ideas. Have you thought about what you want to contribute?
I was thinking about focusing on a marketing strategy. What about you?
I'm planning to work on the design aspect. I have some fresh concepts that I think could really make a difference.
That sounds fantastic. We should definitely collaborate closely to ensure everything aligns well.
Agreed. How about we set up a meeting next week to go over our ideas in detail?
Perfect. I'll schedule it. Do you think we need to involve anyone else at this stage?
Maybe we should get input from the tech team to see if our ideas are feasible from a technical standpoint.
Good point. I'll reach out to them. This is going to be an exciting project.
Definitely. I can't wait to get started.
I'm so relieved to hear that.
I've been reviewing the quarterly reports, and it looks like our efforts to cut costs are finally showing results. The budget shortfall we were worried about has been mitigated.
I'm so relieved to hear that. I've been stressed thinking about where we might have to make cuts. If things didn't turn around, what were the key factors that contributed to this improvement?
A lot of it was due to renegotiating contracts with our suppliers and optimizing our logistics to reduce waste. Also, the new marketing strategies have increased our sales by 15%.
That's impressive. It's great to see that the strategies are not only stabilizing our finances, but also driving growth. Do you think these changes are sustainable long term?
I believe so. We're also planning to invest in more training for our procurement team to keep improving our negotiations. Plus, continuous monitoring will help us adjust quickly if needed.
Excellent! Let's keep this momentum going. I'll update the rest of the team so everyone can see the impact of their hard work.
I care for you deeply.
You know, as I've been reflecting on our friendship, I've come to realize something important.
What's that?
I care for you deeply.
That's really touching to hear. I value our bond too.
It's more than just a bond. You've become an integral part of my life, someone I trust and rely on.
Wow! I didn't realize our connection meant that much to you.
It does. Your well-being is important to me, and I'll always be here to support you.
Likewise. Your friendship means a lot to me as well.
Let's continue to be there for each other, no matter what.
Absolutely. Knowing that I have you in my corner gives me strength.
And vice versa. Here's to our friendship and the adventures ahead.
How do you like to spend your free time?
How do you like to spend your free time?
I enjoy being outdoors, mostly hiking or biking. What about you?
I'm a bit of a homebody. I love reading, and sometimes I dabble in writing short stories.
That sounds interesting. What kind of books do you like to read?
Mostly fiction, but I also get into historical novels a lot. They're like time machines for me.
Historical novels do have a way of taking you back. Hiking has a similar escape for me. It's just nature and me.
It must be refreshing to get that kind of solitude.
It is. What genres do you write about? When you write your short stories?
I usually stick to fantasy or sci-fi. It's fun creating new worlds and characters. Have you ever tried writing?
I haven't really. My creative outlet is photography. I like capturing moments or beautiful landscapes. When I'm out on trails,
Photography sounds like a great way to keep memories of your adventures.
it is. Sharing those photos and seeing people's reactions is really rewarding.
Sounds like we both have our ways of sharing stories, just in different forms.
That's a blessing in disguise.
Did you hear that our application for the funding was initially rejected?
Really? That's disappointing news. But why do you seem not too bothered by it?
Well, it turns out it might be a blessing in disguise. The terms required us to give up more control than we initially thought.
I had no idea the terms were that restrictive. So, what's our next move?
I think we should look for alternative funding sources. I've already started reaching out to other potential investors who might be more aligned with our vision.
That sounds like a solid plan. It's good to have control over our direction, especially in these early stages.
Exactly. Plus, this gives us a bit more time to refine our pitch and potentially secure a better deal.
In that case, the initial rejection really does seem like a blessing in disguise. Let's use this extra time to our advantage and come back even stronger.
That's a stroke of genius.
I've been thinking about how we can improve efficiency in our production process. What if we integrate an AI system that predicts machine maintenance before breakdowns occur?
That's interesting. How would the AI predict these maintenance needs?
It would analyze data from the machines in real time, using historical maintenance records and performance metrics to predict when a machine is likely to need servicing.
That's a stroke of genius. It would minimize downtime and potentially save us a lot on emergency repairs.
Exactly. And we can start with a pilot program on one production line to evaluate its effectiveness before rolling it out company-wide.
I think that's a prudent approach. We should also consider training our staff on how to interpret AI recommendations to ensure they're not overly reliant on the system.
Agreed. I'll draft a proposal for the pilot program. Let's discuss this with the tech team next week to get their input.
I care for you deeply.
You know, as I've been reflecting on our journey together, I've realized something profound.
What's that?
I can't imagine life without you.
That's really touching to hear. I feel the same way about our friendship.
It's more than just friendship. You've become like family to me, an essential part of my life.
Wow, I didn't realize our bond meant that much to you.
It does. Your presence brings so much joy and meaning to my life, and I cherish that deeply.
Likewise, you've been a constant source of support and encouragement for me.
Let's continue to navigate life's UPS and downs together, side by side.
Absolutely. Knowing that I have you by my side gives me strength and comfort.
And vice versa. Here's to our enduring friendship and the adventures yet to come.
My love for you is infinite.
Have you ever tried to quantify love? To measure its depth or breadth?
Love is such a vast and abstract concept. It's hard to put into words, let alone numbers.
Agreed. But if I were to attempt it, I'd say my love for you is infinite.
That's a beautiful sentiment. But infinity is a daunting notion.
True, but it's the only way I can accurately express the magnitude of what I feel for you.
I understand. Your love knows no bounds, no limits.
Exactly. It's not constrained by time or space. It's an eternal flame that burns endlessly.
Your words are incredibly touching. To know that I am the recipient of such boundless affection is truly humbling.
You deserve nothing less. You are the center of my universe, the axis around which my world revolves.
And you are mine. Our love, infinite and unwavering, is a force to be reckoned with.
Let's shake things up.
Hey, I was thinking about our weekend plans. What if we did something different this time?
That sounds intriguing. What do you have in mind?
Let's shake things up. Instead of our usual routine, how about a road trip to the coast?
A road trip? I love that idea. Any specific destination?
I was thinking about that little seaside town we've never visited. It's supposed to have great seafood and beautiful beaches.
Perfect. I've been wanting to try their famous clam chowder. What else should we do there?
We could rent bikes and explore the coastline. Maybe even try some water sports, if we're feeling adventurous.
Sounds like a plan. How about accommodations? Should we book a place in advance?
Good point. I'll look up some charming bed and breakfasts. It'll add to the adventure.
I'm excited already. This will be such a fun change of pace.
Agreed. Let's get everything ready and make this a trip to remember.
I'm so thrilled to hear that.
Guess what? I just got the email. My proposal was accepted for the International Conference on Renewable Energy.
Seriously? That's fantastic. I'm so thrilled to hear that. Your research on solar panel efficiency is going to get the spotlight it deserves.
Thanks. It feels surreal. They're inviting me to present in front of some of the top experts in the field next month.
This could be a great opportunity to network and perhaps find some collaborators. Are you thinking of discussing the new photovoltaic materials you've been working on?
Definitely. I'm planning to emphasize the cost-effective methods we've developed. There's potential for significant impact if we can partner with the right manufacturers.
I can see this opening so many doors for you. And the lab. If you need help preparing your presentation or want to run through your speech, just let me know.
I appreciate that. Let's set up a time next week to go over it.
Let's hit the ground running.
Have you thought more about that hiking trip we discussed? I looked up some trails, and I think we could cover a lot of ground if we start early.
I'm all in. I saw the trail you mentioned. It looks perfect. What time were you thinking of starting?
How about we meet at the trailhead at 6 a.m.? That way, we can enjoy the cooler morning air and have the trail mostly to ourselves.
Sounds like a plan. Let's hit the ground running and maybe finish the loop before noon. Did you see that there's a lake about halfway through? We could pack a light lunch and have a picnic there.
That's a great idea. It'll be a nice spot to rest, and maybe even take a quick swim if it's warm enough.
I'll bring the water and snacks. Do you want to handle the lunch?
Sure. I'll make some sandwiches and bring fruit. It's settled then. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. It's going to be a great day.
That's a weight off my shoulders.
Have you ever tried those cooking classes downtown? I signed up last week and finally learned how to make sushi. It's easier than I thought.
Really? I've been thinking about doing something like that. My cooking skills are pretty basic. How did you find the class?
I stumbled upon an ad online.
I was looking for something new to try, and it just clicked. You know, stepping out of the usual routine.
That sounds refreshing. I should give it a shot. Lately, I've been too wrapped up in work. A creative outlet might be just what I need.
Definitely. It's been a game changer for me. Last session, I made a full sushi platter and shared it with my neighbors. They loved it.
That's a weight off my shoulders just hearing about it. Knowing there's something fun to look forward to can really lift your spirits. Maybe I'll join you next week.
You should. It's more fun with a friend, and I bet you'll enjoy it. Plus, we can experiment with different recipes together.
How's work going?
How's work going?
It's been pretty busy. We're gearing up for the new product launch next month. What about you?
Same here. Lots of end of quarter reports to finalize. It's been nonstop.
I can imagine. Are you still working on that big project with the tech team?
Yes. It's finally moving forward. We had some delays, but now it seems like everything's on track.
That's good to hear. Successful launches always feel rewarding after such hard work.
Absolutely. How's the team handling the upcoming launch?
Everyone's a bit stressed, but also excited. There's a lot riding on this, but I think we're ready.
It's always a bit of a rush at the end, isn't it? Do you have any major roles in the launch?
Yeah, I'm overseeing the marketing. It's hectic making sure all the advertising and promotions are aligned.
Sounds intense but important. Make sure you take some time for yourself, too.
I will. Maybe after the launch, I'll take a long weekend off.
You'll deserve it. Hope everything goes smoothly.
I'm so envious.
Did you see the email about Jenna getting selected for the international conference in Paris next month?
Yes, I just read it. That's such an amazing opportunity for her.
I'm so envious. Paris in spring sounds like a dream. Plus, the chance to meet all those industry leaders and innovators is incredible.
I know what you mean. It's a career-changing event, but your recent work on the new product line has been getting a lot of attention. Your turn could be next.
Thanks. I hope you're right. I've been trying to get more visibility with the higher UPS. Maybe I should look into presenting at the next conference or workshop.
Definitely. Let's brainstorm some topics this week. We can outline a few proposals and see where you could make the biggest impact.
That sounds great. I'd love to have your input. Perhaps this little bit of envy can turn into motivation.
Absolutely. It's all about turning those feelings into fuel for your own goals. Let's get started.
What's your favorite animal?
What's your favorite animal?
I really love elephants. They're just majestic and so intelligent. How about you?
I'm partial to dogs. They're such loyal and joyful companions.
Dogs are great. What is it about elephants that you like so much?
Their memory. And social structures are fascinating. They can remember other elephants and humans for years. And their emotional depth is incredible.
That is really amazing. I've read that they mourn their dead, which is pretty profound.
Exactly. It shows how complex they are. And dogs, they're always so happy to see you, no matter what kind of day you've had.
True, their unconditional love is something special. Do you have a dog?
Yes, I have a golden retriever named Max. He's a bundle of energy. Do you have any pets?
I don't currently, but I grew up with a cat. I'd love to have a pet elephant, though if it were practical.
That would be something. For now, visiting them in sanctuaries will have to do.
Definitely. It's the best way to appreciate them responsibly.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally.
Did you see the email from management? It sounds like they're planning some big changes.
Yes, I saw it. I'm worried. They might be cutting some positions.
Let's not jump to conclusions. The email was pretty vague. It could mean a lot of things.
You're right. But with all the rumors going around, it's hard not to think the worst.
I know what you mean. But until we get more information, we should stay calm.
Good point. Speculating won't do us any good. We should wait for the official announcement.
Exactly. In the meantime, let's focus on our current projects. If we keep showing our value, it can only help.
True. And if there are changes, we'll adapt and find a way to move forward.
That's the spirit. We've faced challenges before and come out stronger.
Absolutely. Let's just stay positive and see what happens.
Agreed. We'll handle whatever comes our way, together.
Right. Thanks for the reassurance. It's easy to get carried away with worry.
That's a shot across the bow.
Did you hear about the new policy the management just announced?
Yeah, I did. They're tightening the deadlines for project submissions and increasing the performance targets. That's a shot across the bow for everyone.
It definitely feels like a warning. They're pushing hard to improve productivity, but I'm concerned it might lead to burnout.
I agree. We should address this in the next team meeting. It's important to find a balance between meeting targets and maintaining our well-being.
Absolutely. Maybe we can propose some solutions, like more flexible working hours, or additional resources to help with the workload.
Good idea. We need to show that we're committed to improving productivity, but we also care about the team's health and morale.
Let's gather some data on how the current workload is affecting the team. That way, we can present a solid case to management.
I'll start compiling feedback from the team. We need to act quickly, before the new policy takes full effect.
Agreed. Let's prepare thoroughly and make sure our concerns are heard.
I can't live without you.
You know, As I've been reflecting on our relationship, I've come to a profound realization.
What's that?
I can't live without you.
That's quite a statement. I didn't realize you felt that strongly.
It's true. You've become an essential part of my life, someone I rely on in more ways than I can count.
I'm touched. I value our connection too.
It goes beyond just connection. You bring light and meaning into my life, and I'm grateful for that.
Likewise, your presence enriches my life in so many ways.
Let's continue to support and uplift each other, no matter what challenges come our way.
Absolutely. Together, we can conquer anything.
Here's to our enduring bond and the countless memories we'll create together.
That's easier said than done.
We really need to streamline our inventory management system. It's causing too many delays in shipping.
I agree, but overhauling the system during peak season, that's easier said than done. We can't afford any disruptions right now.
True, but if we keep pushing it off, we're going to face even bigger problems down the line. Maybe we could start with small, incremental changes instead of one big overhaul?
That might be more manageable. We could start by integrating a new software tool that helps with real-time tracking. That should reduce some of the immediate issues.
I like that idea. It gives us an immediate improvement without the risk of a complete system failure. Let's identify a few potential tools and test them out next month.
Sounds like a plan. I'll compile a list of software options and set up demos with the vendors. We'll need to evaluate their compatibility with our current setup.
Perfect! Let's move forward carefully but decisively. We can't let this issue linger any longer than necessary.
I feel so lucky to have you in my life.
You know, as I've been thinking about the people who have made a significant impact on my life, I've come to a realization.
What's that?
I feel so lucky to have you in my life.
That's really heartwarming to hear. I feel the same way about our friendship.
It's more than just luck. Your presence brings positivity and support into my life, and I deeply appreciate that.
Likewise, you've been there for me through thick and thin, and I value our friendship immensely.
Let's continue to cherish and nurture our bond, creating more memories and experiences together.
Absolutely. Having someone like you to share life's journey with makes all the difference.
Here's to the adventures yet to come, and the countless moments we'll share along the way.
That's a tall order.
Hey, have you seen the latest project brief from the boss?
Yeah, I just looked it over. It's pretty ambitious. Don't you think?
Definitely. Organizing a conference for 500 people in just 2 weeks. That's a tall order.
No kidding. We'll need to coordinate the venue, speakers, catering, and marketing. It's going to be a massive effort.
And on top of that, we need to make sure the event runs smoothly without any hiccups.
I'm already feeling the pressure.
Same here. But if we split the tasks and get the team involved, we might just pull it off.
Good point. I'll handle the venue and catering. Can you take care of contacting the speakers and arranging the schedule?
Sure thing. I'll start reaching out to the speakers right away. We'll also need to create a solid promotional plan.
Yes. I'll talk to the marketing team about that. It's going to be tight, but we've pulled off challenging projects before.
True. If we stay focused and work together, we can do this.
Absolutely. Let's get started.
I'm so fascinated by your story.
Have I ever told you about the time I backpacked through Southeast Asia?
No, you haven't. I'm so fascinated by your story. Tell me all about it.
It was incredible. I started in Thailand and explored ancient temples in Chiang Mai. Then I headed to Laos and biked along the Mekong River.
That sounds amazing. What was your favorite part?
Definitely Cambodia. Angkor Wat at sunrise was breathtaking. The history and architecture blew me away.
I can imagine. How long were you traveling?
About 3 months. I met so many interesting people and tried so much delicious food along the way.
It must have been life-changing.
It really was. I learned a lot about different cultures and gained a new perspective on life.
I'm inspired. I've always wanted to do something like that.
You should. It's an experience you'll never forget.
What's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
I've always liked blue. It's so calming and reminds me of the ocean. What's yours?
I'm a fan of green. It makes me think of nature, like forests and fields.
Green is a great choice. Do you like to spend a lot of time outdoors?
Yes, definitely. I try to get outside as much as I can. Hiking, gardening, you name it. Does blue have a special meaning for you?
It does, actually. My father was a sailor, so I grew up loving the sea and the sky. Anything blue just feels like home to me.
That's really beautiful. It's interesting how our favorite colors can say so much about us.
Absolutely. They often reflect our personalities or our memories. Do you associate green with any specific memories?
Yes, my grandmother used to have a big garden. I spent a lot of time there as a kid. It was always so peaceful and full of life.
Sounds like a wonderful place to grow up. Colors really do connect us to our past.
They do. It's like a visual piece of our history.
I'm so thrilled to be part of this.
I just joined the community theater group downtown. We're starting rehearsals for a play next week.
That's exciting. What play are you going to perform?
It's a modern adaptation of Shakespeare's As You Like It. The director has some creative twists planned, which makes it even more exciting.
That sounds like a fantastic experience. I've heard that theater group is quite dynamic and experimental.
Yes, they are. And everyone's been incredibly welcoming. I'm so thrilled to be part of this. It's my first foray into theater since high school.
What role did you get?
I'll be playing Sylvius. It's not a huge role, but it's perfect for getting my feet wet. Plus, I have some great lines.
That's a good role, especially for your first play in a while. Sylvia's has some interesting moments. You're going to have a lot of fun with it.
I think so too. Hey, you should come to the opening night.
I'd love to. Just let me know the dates, and I'll be there to support you.
That's a diamond in the rough.
Did you see the old bookstore that opened downtown? I stopped by yesterday.
No, I haven't yet. What's it like?
It's quite a find. It looks unassuming from the outside, but inside it's filled with rare and antique books. I think it's a diamond in the rough.
Really? That sounds fascinating. Any particular gems you came across?
Yes. I found an early edition of a Hemingway that I've been searching for years. The prices aren't bad either, considering the treasures hidden in there.
That's amazing. It sounds like my kind of place. I need to check it out. Maybe I'll find something on naval history.
You probably will. The owner mentioned specializing in unique historical texts. Let's go together next time. There's so much to explore.
I'd love that. Maybe there are more hidden gems waiting to be discovered.
Definitely. It's exciting to think about what other rare books we might uncover there.
I'm so happy to hear from you.
Hey, long time no see. How have you been?
I've been great, thanks. How about you?
Pretty good. I just got back from a trip to Japan.
That sounds amazing. What was the highlight of your trip?
Definitely visiting Kyoto. The temples and gardens were breathtaking.
I've always wanted to go there. Did you try any interesting food?
Yes, I had sushi at a local market, and it was the best I've ever tasted.
I'm so happy to hear from you. It's been ages since we caught up. Anything else new?
Actually, yes. I started a new job last month.
Really? That's awesome. What are you doing now?
I'm working as a graphic designer for a tech company. It's been a great experience so far.
That sounds perfect for you. Congratulations.
Thanks. What about you? Any exciting news?
I recently moved into a new apartment. It's in a great neighborhood.
That's wonderful. We should get together soon and celebrate all these changes.
That's a leap of faith.
Hey, did you hear about the new startup competition in town?
Yeah, I heard. Are you thinking about entering?
I am, actually. I've got this idea for an app that I think could really take off. But I'm not sure if it's too risky.
What's the idea?
It's a platform that connects local artists with people looking for custom art pieces. Kind of like a matchmaking service for art.
That sounds amazing. But yeah, starting a new business can be challenging.
Exactly. That's why I'm hesitant. It's a big investment of time and money, and there's no guarantee it'll succeed.
Well, that's a leap of faith. But think about it. If it works, it could be huge. You've got the creativity and the drive.
You're right. I guess sometimes you just have to take risks to achieve something great.
Absolutely. And remember, even if it doesn't work out as planned, you'll learn a lot from the experience.
True. Thanks for the encouragement. I think I'll go for it.
Glad to hear it. I believe in you.
That's a beacon of hope.
Did you hear about the new community center opening downtown?
Yes, I did. It sounds like it's going to be a great place for everyone to gather and support each other.
Absolutely. They're offering free classes and workshops too. That's a beacon of hope for a lot of people.
Definitely. It's wonderful to see something so positive happening in our neighborhood.
I heard they're also starting a job training program. That could really help a lot of folks who've been struggling to find work.
That's fantastic. It's exactly what we need right now.
And they're partnering with local businesses to create more job opportunities.
That's great news. It feels like things are finally looking up.
I agree. It's been a tough year, but this center could really make a difference.
It sure can. We should get involved and see how we can contribute.
That's a great idea. Let's look into the volunteer opportunities.
Sounds good. This is the kind of change we've been waiting for.
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
I've been thinking about the expansion plans, and I'm concerned about the market conditions. What if the economy takes a downturn after we've already invested?
It's a valid concern, but the market is unpredictable. We can make forecasts and predictions, but there are no guarantees. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, we should focus on what we know and can control.
That makes sense. So, you suggest we go ahead with the initial stages and then reassess, before we commit further?
Exactly. Let's start by increasing our online presence and scaling up our local operations. This way, we have a solid base to pull back to if needed, without overextending.
I see. That approach does minimize the risk. Should we also consider setting aside a contingency fund?
A contingency fund is a good idea. It gives us a safety net and more flexibility to adapt if the situation changes.
All right, let's prepare a detailed plan based on this strategy. I feel more confident with this cautious approach.
You are my soulmate.
Have you ever considered the concept of soulmates? Of finding that one person who completes you in every way?
Yes, it's a romantic notion. The idea of a perfect match, someone who understands you on a level beyond words.
Exactly. And that's why I believe you are my soulmate.
Your words are profound. To think that we were destined to find each other in this fast world is quite extraordinary.
It is. But when I'm with you, everything just clicks into place, as if you were always meant to be by my side.
I feel the same way. You compliment me in ways I never thought possible, filling in the gaps and making me whole.
That's the beauty of our connection. It's like our souls were intertwined long before we ever met in this lifetime.
Agreed. I'm grateful for the cosmic alignment that brought us together, for the chance to share this journey with my soulmate.
I delight in you.
You know, as I've been reflecting on our friendship, I've realized something significant.
What's that?
I delight in you.
That's really lovely to hear. I value our friendship too.
It's more than just friendship. Your presence in my life brings me joy and happiness, and I appreciate that deeply.
I'm touched. You've always been a source of positivity and light for me as well.
Let's continue to enjoy each other's company and create memorable experiences together.
Absolutely. Life is more fulfilling with friends like you by my side.
Here's to many more moments of laughter and shared adventures.
Can I ask for your advice on?
Can I ask for your advice on investing in the stock market?
Sure, I'd be happy to help. What specifically do you want to know?
I'm not sure where to start. What are some key things to consider before investing?
Well, first, it's important to have clear investment goals and a diversified portfolio to manage risk.
Got it. How do you determine which stocks to invest in?
Research is key. Look for companies with strong fundamentals, consistent earnings growth, and a competitive edge in their industry.
That makes sense. But what about market volatility? How do you handle fluctuations in stock prices?
It's important to have a long-term perspective and not let short-term fluctuations derail your investment strategy. Stay informed, but avoid making impulsive decisions based on market noise.
I see. So, patience and discipline are crucial?
Absolutely. And don't forget to regularly review and adjust your portfolio as needed to stay aligned with your investment objectives.
Thanks for the advice. It's a lot to take in, but I feel more confident about getting started now.
You're welcome. Investing can be intimidating, but with the right knowledge and approach, it can be a rewarding endeavor.
I am devoted to you.
Hey, remember when we first met at that coffee shop downtown?
Oh yeah, that feels like ages ago. It's crazy how fast time flies.
Definitely. You know, looking back on our journey, I've come to realize something profound.
What's that?
I am devoted to you.
That's incredibly touching to hear. I value our bond too.
It's more than just a bond. You've become an integral part of my life, someone I deeply trust and rely on.
Likewise. Your support and understanding mean the world to me.
I'm glad to hear that. Through the highs and lows, I've always had your back.
And I've had yours. It's comforting to know we can count on each other no matter what.
Absolutely. Here's to continuing this journey together, side by side.
Let's not beat around the bush.
I think it's time we address the ongoing issues with our current project strategy.
I agree. There have been a few hurdles. What did you have in mind?
Let's not beat around the bush. The current approach isn't sustainable with our deadline. We're consistently behind schedule, and the stress is mounting.
You're right. I've been hesitant to bring it up, but it's clear we need a more streamlined process. Perhaps we should reconsider our milestones and deliverables?
Exactly my thoughts. If we reevaluate our priorities and maybe bring in some extra help, we could get back on track without sacrificing quality.
I'll draft some potential adjustments and a proposal for additional resources. We should also schedule a meeting with the whole team to get everyone's input.
Good idea. Let's make it a priority to resolve this by the end of the week. I appreciate your initiative on this.
Thanks. I'll get everything prepared. Let's turn this around together.
That's the cherry on top.
We finally finished the proposal. It took a lot of effort, but it looks fantastic.
I agree. We covered every detail and addressed all the client's needs.
And the financial plan we added at the end. That's the cherry on top.
Absolutely. It really strengthens our pitch and shows we're thinking ahead.
Plus, the design team did an amazing job with the visuals. The whole presentation looks so professional.
Yes, their work definitely enhances our proposal. It's visually appealing and easy to follow.
I'm confident the client will be impressed. We've put together something really comprehensive.
I think so too. It covers all the bases and then some.
So, what's next? Should we rehearse our pitch?
That's a good idea. Let's make sure we're both comfortable with the flow and key points.
Great. I'll print out a copy for each of us to review.
Perfect. Let's meet in the conference room in 10 minutes to go over it.
Sounds good. This is going to be a game changer for us.
I am fond of you.
Hey, do you remember when we first met in college? During that chaotic orientation week?
Oh, yeah. It feels like a lifetime ago. Those were some crazy times.
Definitely. You know, reflecting on our journey together, I've come to realize something important.
What's that?
I am fond of you.
That's really nice to hear. I feel the same way about our friendship.
It goes beyond just friendship. You've become a significant part of my life. Someone I deeply appreciate and admire.
Wow. I didn't realize our connection meant that much to you.
It does. Your presence brings positivity and warmth into my life, and I'm grateful for that.
Likewise. Let's continue supporting and uplifting each other as we navigate through life's UPS and downs.
Absolutely. Here's to many more shared moments and adventures together.
I'm so proud of your achievements.
Hey, I heard you just got promoted. Congratulations!
Thanks. It's been a lot of hard work, but I'm really excited about it.
I'm so proud of your achievements. You've put in so much effort, and it's finally paying off.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you. How have things been on your end?
Pretty good. I've been working on a new project at work. It's challenging, but rewarding.
Sounds interesting. What's the project about?
We're developing a new software that helps streamline project management for remote teams. It's been a huge undertaking.
Wow, that sounds impressive. You've always been great at tackling big projects.
Thanks! I'm hoping it'll make a real difference. Speaking of achievements, what's next for you after the promotion?
I'm thinking about taking some advanced courses to keep up with industry trends. Continuous learning is key, right?
Absolutely. It sounds like you have a solid plan. Keep up the great work.
You too. Let's catch up again soon and celebrate our wins.
I'm so touched.
I wanted to let you know that the team gathered together and put something special for your 10-year anniversary at the company.
Oh, really? I had no idea you all were planning anything.
Yes, we've seen how hard you've worked and how much you've contributed over the years. It's something small but heartfelt.
I'm so touched. I can't believe everyone did that for me. What's the surprise?
It's a custom photo book. We collected pictures and messages from everyone here, even from those who've moved on to other places. Everyone wanted to share how much they appreciate your guidance and friendship.
That's incredibly thoughtful. I don't even know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. Just know you're a big part of this team. We're all better for having worked with you.
Thank you, truly. This means the world to me. Let's keep making great memories together.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
Did you hear about the new policy changes at work? They're cutting down on remote work days starting next month.
Really? I hadn't caught wind of that. I've been relying on those days to manage my schedule, especially with the kids at home.
Yeah, it's a company-wide shift. They want more hands-on collaboration. We're expected to be in the office at least 4 days a week.
That's a tough pill to swallow. The flexibility was a huge part of why I took this job in the first place. It's going to completely change how I balance my work and home life.
I understand completely. Maybe it's worth discussing with our manager? There could be some room for exceptions or adjustments.
That sounds like a good approach. I'll set up a meeting with her. Thanks for the heads up, though. I better start rearranging some plans.
No problem. If you need support in the meeting, just let me know. We might be able to propose a compromise.
That's a voice of reason.
Hey, have you heard about the new coffee shop that opened downtown?
Yeah, I walked by it yesterday. It looks pretty cozy.
I was thinking of checking it out this weekend. Do you want to join me?
Sure, I could use a break. I've been swamped with work lately.
Same here. I could really use some time to unwind. Plus, I heard they have amazing pastries.
That sounds perfect. By the way, did you finish the project we were working on?
Almost. I just need to finalize a few details. How about you?
I'm done. Just waiting on your part to complete it. No rush, though. It's better to get it right than to rush and make mistakes.
That's a voice of reason. I'll make sure it's perfect before sending it over.
Great. So, what time should we meet at the coffee shop?
How about 10 a.m. on Saturday?
Sounds good to me. See you then.
Looking forward to it.
Let's pull out all the stops.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it.
Did you hear about the annual charity event coming up?
Yes, I did. Are you planning to get involved?
Absolutely. I was thinking we could organize a booth this year.
That's a great idea. What kind of booth?
I was thinking of setting up a games and activities booth to raise funds.
That sounds fun. We could have different games for all age groups.
Exactly. We could also offer small prizes to make it more engaging.
I love it. Let's pull out all the stops and make it the best booth at the event.
Agreed. We'll need to start planning right away to get everything ready.
I can handle the games and activities part. Can you take care of the decorations and prizes?
Sure thing. I'll also reach out to some local businesses for sponsorship.
Great. With both of us working on this, it's going to be amazing.
I'm excited already. This is going to be so much fun.
Same here. Let's make it a day to remember.
That's a piece of cake.
We need to get the new software up and running before the end of the quarter. Do you think we can manage the installation and staff training in that time?
That's a piece of cake. We've already set up the main server, and the software is user-friendly. The training materials are also pretty straightforward.
Great to hear. How long do you estimate the training will take for each department?
Each session should only take about 2 hours. I've scheduled them over the next 2 weeks, so we'll have everyone trained well before the deadline.
That sounds perfect. And what about migrating the old data into the new system? That part always seemed tricky to me.
I've got a plan for that too. We're using a new tool that automates most of the migration process. It'll handle the heavy lifting, and I'll oversee the transition to make sure everything goes smoothly.
That's reassuring. Thanks for handling this. It sounds like we're in good shape moving forward.
Let's make it official.
We've been testing this partnership informally for a few months now, and the results have been really promising. I think it's time we discuss next steps.
I agree. The feedback from both sides has been overwhelmingly positive, and the numbers don't lie. Our combined efforts have really paid off.
Exactly. Our teams work well together, and the market response has exceeded our expectations. Let's make it official. What do you think about drafting a formal partnership agreement?
That sounds like a good move. Making it official will give us a more stable foundation and help us capitalize on our current momentum.
I'll have our legal team start drafting the terms based on our discussions. We'll need to outline the specifics of revenue sharing and any joint branding details.
Sounds good. I'll do the same on my end. Let's aim to have a draft ready for review by next week.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to seeing where this partnership can take us. Let's prepare for a successful rollout.
I'm so excited to catch up.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move.
Hey! It's been ages since we last met. I'm so excited to catch up.
I know, right? I can't believe it's been over a year. How have you been?
Doing well. I've picked up gardening. It's surprisingly relaxing. How about you? What's new?
I started a new job, and I've been getting into hiking on the weekends. It's a great way to unwind.
Hiking sounds amazing. Maybe you can show me some trails sometime.
Definitely. That would be fun. There's a great one not too far from here with a beautiful view at the summit. We should plan a day for it.
Count me in. Also, are you still up for our movie nights? I miss those.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about that. Let's pick a movie and set a date.
How about next Friday? We could watch something outdoors. Make it a movie picnic?
Perfect. I'll bring the popcorn. It'll be just like old times.
What's your favorite season?
What's your favorite season?
I love fall the most. The cool air and colorful leaves make it so enjoyable. How about you?
Spring for me. I like seeing everything come back to life after the winter.
Spring is beautiful. What do you like most about it?
I love the flowers blooming, especially the cherry blossoms. It's like a fresh start every year.
That sounds lovely. I think fall is great because of the transition. It feels cozy, and I enjoy the autumn festivals.
Oh, the festivals are a lot of fun. Do you have a favorite fall activity?
I really like apple picking and then making pies with what I've collected. What's a typical spring activity for you?
I do a lot of hiking. It's the perfect weather for it. Not too hot yet.
Hiking is great. The weather in fall is perfect for that too.
Yes, it seems both our seasons are perfect for getting out and enjoying nature.
Definitely. They each have their own charm, don't they?
Absolutely. It's nice how the seasons change, giving us something different to look forward to.
Let's break the ice.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move.
We've got a few new team members starting today. Have you thought about how we might welcome them?
I was actually considering a team lunch. What do you think?
That's a great idea. Maybe we could add a fun activity to help everyone get to know each other better.
True. That would help. Maybe a quick 2 truths and a lie game after lunch. It's always a good way to learn interesting things about each other.
I like that. Let's break the ice with something light and engaging. It should make the new team members feel more at ease.
Absolutely. And perhaps we could also have each person share a bit about their background and what projects they're excited to work on.
Perfect. I'll organize the details and get an email out to everyone. We want to make sure the new team members feel welcomed right from the start.
Sounds good. Let me know if you need help setting anything up. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone.
Let's read between the lines.
Have you had a chance to look at the proposal from the new supplier?
Yes, I did go through it. The terms seem favorable at first glance, but the payment clauses are a bit vague.
That's exactly what caught my attention. Let's read between the lines here. The lack of specific timelines could lead to delays in delivery, affecting our production schedule.
I agree. Also, the quality assurance section doesn't specify any penalties for non-compliance. We might need to negotiate these points more clearly.
Right. And we should ask for some references or case studies from their past clients. It's important to understand how they handle issues under pressure.
Good point. I'll draft a list of points we need clarity on and propose a meeting with them next week. We should ensure that our concerns are addressed before moving forward.
Yes? Making sure we're on the same page will prevent potential conflicts later. I'll review the contract terms once more before our meeting.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
I've been thinking about taking up a new hobby. Maybe something outdoors. I've narrowed it down to either kayaking or rock climbing. What do you think?
Both sound great. Kayaking is more relaxing, but rock climbing can be thrilling. Depends on what kind of challenge you're looking for.
I do like a challenge. And it would be nice to get a good workout in while being out in nature.
Rock climbing might be the way to go then. There's a good climbing gym nearby where you can start with some lessons.
That's a good idea. I could learn the basics there before trying out real cliffs.
Exactly. And they have all the gear you need, so you don't have to invest a lot up front.
Let's get down to brass tacks then. How about we go together next weekend? You could show me the ropes, so to speak.
Sounds like a plan. It'll be fun to climb together, and I can definitely help you get started. Let's set it up.
What did you do today?
What did you do today?
Oh, nothing much. Just the usual routine.
Anything interesting happen?
Not really. Went to work, grabbed lunch with a friend, then came back home.
Sounds pretty standard. Did you get much done at work?
Yeah, managed to tick off a few things from my to-do list.
That's good. Did you have any plans for after work?
Not really. Just relaxed at home for a bit.
Fair enough. Anything planned for the rest of the week?
Not much. Just work, Jim. And maybe dinner with some friends on Friday.
Sounds like a decent week ahead. Any exciting plans for the weekend?
Not really. Probably just some errands and chores around the house.
Well, sometimes those weekends are necessary too.
Exactly. So, what about you? What did you do today?
Oh, just the usual stuff. Work, gym, and then some grocery shopping.
Sounds like a productive day.
I'm curious to know your opinion on.
I'm curious to know your opinion on the recent surge in renewable energy investments.
It's a positive sign of the growing recognition of the importance of transitioning to sustainable energy sources.
I agree. It seems like there's a shift towards prioritizing environmental responsibility.
Definitely. And investing in renewable energy not only helps mitigate climate change, but also creates job opportunities and stimulates economic growth.
That's true. But what about the challenges of integrating renewable energy into existing infrastructures?
It's a complex process that requires careful planning, an investment in grid modernization, and storage technologies.
I see. So, while there are benefits, there are also logistical hurdles to overcome.
Exactly. It's a transition that will require collaboration between governments, industries, and communities.
It's encouraging to see progress in this area, though.
Absolutely. And as technology continues to advance, 1898, renewable energy will become even more accessible and affordable.
Well, thanks for sharing your perspective. It's given me a lot to think about.
You're welcome. It's always good to have these conversations and stay informed about important issues like this.
I'm so thrilled to hear about your success.
Hey, did you hear the news? Our project got approved.
Really? That's amazing. I'm so thrilled to hear about your success.
Thanks. It's been a long journey, but all the hard work paid off.
You deserve it. You put in countless hours and really pushed the team forward.
I couldn't have done it without everyone's support. It was a real team effort.
Still, you were the driving force. What's the next step now?
We need to start the implementation phase. There's a lot of planning to do, but I'm ready for it.
That's great. Do you need any help with the initial setup?
Actually, yes. Your expertise in logistics would be invaluable.
I'd be happy to assist. Just let me know what you need.
Perfect. Let's schedule a meeting to go over the details.
I'm so delighted.
I just got back from that new art exhibit downtown, the one featuring modern surrealists. It was absolutely mesmerizing.
Oh, I've heard about that. They say the interactive installations are something else. Did you have a favorite piece?
Yes, there was one where you could manipulate light and shadows to change the artwork. It felt like I was part of the creation process. It's hard to describe, but it was incredibly engaging.
That sounds amazing. I need to check it out this weekend. It's been too long since I've done something culturally enriching.
Definitely, you should. And while you're there, try the cafe next door. They've got the best hazelnut espresso.
I'm so delighted you mentioned that. I've been on a hunt for a good coffee spot lately. A great exhibit followed by a great coffee sounds like a perfect plan.
It really is. Let's make a day of it. I wouldn't mind experiencing it all over again with a friend.
What do you think about?
What do you think about the new environmental policies?
I'm quite impressed, actually. They seem to be taking significant steps towards sustainability.
Yeah, I agree. It's about time we started prioritizing the planet.
Definitely. And it's not just about the environment. It's about our future, too.
Absolutely. We need to ensure a habitable world for generations to come.
Precisely. And these policies seem to address that long-term vision.
I just hope they're implemented effectively.
That's always the challenge, isn't it? But if there's enough public support, we might see some real change.
Let's hope so. We can't afford to wait any longer.
Agreed. It's encouraging to see the conversation shifting towards action rather than just rhetoric.
Definitely. Now, if only other countries would follow suit.
One step at a time, I guess. But hopefully, we'll get there eventually.
Let's take it one step at a time.
Hey, I've been feeling overwhelmed with all the projects we've got lined up.
I know what you mean. There's so much to do. It's hard to know where to start.
Exactly. Do you have any suggestions on how to tackle this?
Let's take it one step at a time. We can prioritize the tasks and break them down into manageable parts.
That makes sense. Maybe we should list everything out and assign deadlines to each task.
Good idea. We can use a project management tool to keep track of our progress.
I've heard Trello is pretty user-friendly. Should we give that a try?
Definitely. It allows us to create boards for each project and move tasks along as we complete them.
All right, let's set it up. This way, we can focus on one thing at a time without feeling so overwhelmed.
Agreed. And we can have regular check-ins to ensure we're on track and adjust as needed.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for the suggestion. I already feel a bit more in control.
Anytime. Let's get started and handle this step by step.
What's your take on?
What's your take on the recent changes to the education curriculum?
I have mixed feelings. While updating the curriculum is necessary, I'm concerned about the implementation and the impact on teachers and students.
That's understandable. It's crucial to ensure that the changes are effective and beneficial for everyone involved.
Exactly. And I hope there's enough support and resources provided to teachers for the transition.
Agreed.
adequate training and support are essential for a smooth rollout.
On the other hand, I appreciate the effort to modernize the curriculum and adapt it to the changing needs of students.
Yes, staying relevant is important in today's fast-paced world.
Absolutely. And I'm hopeful that these changes will better prepare students for the future.
It's a balancing act, for sure. But as long as the focus remains on improving education quality, it's a step in the right direction.
I couldn't agree more. Let's hope for the best outcome for our students.
Do you have any pets?
Do you have any pets?
Yes, I have a dog named Max. He's a golden retriever. How about you?
I have 2 cats, Luna and Oliver. They're a handful, but I love them. What's Max like?
He's very energetic and loves to play fetch. Always keeps me on my toes. What about your cats? What are they like?
Luna is very independent and likes her space, while Oliver is the opposite. He follows me everywhere and loves attention.
Sounds like they have distinct personalities. It must be fun watching their dynamics.
It really is. Do you take Max out for walks often?
Every day, twice a day. It's a good routine for both of us. Do Luna and Oliver go outside as well?
They're mostly indoor cats, but I do take them out in the backyard sometimes. They enjoy watching birds.
That must be a sight. Pets really do make a home feel livelier, don't they?
Absolutely. They're like family. Wouldn't know what to do without them.
Couldn't agree more. They bring so much joy and companionship.
What are your plans for the weekend?
What are your plans for the weekend?
I'm thinking of trying out that new seafood restaurant downtown. Heard they have the freshest oysters. How about you?
Sounds delicious. I actually planned a bike ride along the river trail. Supposed to be sunny and warm all weekend.
That'll be nice. How long is the trail?
It's about 20 miles if you go the whole way. I might do half and see how I feel.
Good plan. Are you going in the morning?
Yeah, aiming to start early before it gets too hot. You going to the restaurant for dinner?
Yes. Thinking of making it a late lunch. They also have a jazz band in the evenings.
Jazz sounds like a perfect backdrop for seafood. Maybe I'll swing by after my ride.
You should. It could be a great way to wind down your day. Let me know if you're coming, and I'll save you a seat.
Will do. It'll be nice to catch up more and enjoy some good food and music together.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
I long for you.
You know, as I've been reflecting on our time apart, I've realized something significant.
What's that?
I long for you.
That's quite a statement. I didn't realize you felt that strongly.
It's true. Your absence has made me realize how much you mean to me, and I yearn for your presence.
I'm touched. I've missed our time together as well.
It's more than just missing you. You've become an essential part of my life, and I feel incomplete without you.
Likewise, you've been on my mind constantly, and I've been looking forward to seeing you again.
Let's cherish every moment we have together and make the most out of our time.
Absolutely. Being with you brings me a sense of fulfillment and happiness.
Here's to reuniting and creating more memories together.
Do you have any input on?
Do you have any input on the proposed changes to the healthcare system?
Yes, I've been following it closely. I think there are some positive aspects, like increased access to healthcare services for underserved populations.
That's good to hear. What about the potential drawbacks?
Well, some are concerned about the cost implications and the strain it might put on existing resources.
I see. It's a delicate balance between expanding access and maintaining quality of care.
Exactly. We need to ensure that any changes made benefit the overall health and well-being of the population.
Agreed. And what about the proposed reforms to the insurance system?
It's a complex issue. While there's a need for reform to make insurance more affordable and accessible, we also need to consider the impact on insurance providers and healthcare providers.
It's a multifaceted issue that requires careful consideration from all stakeholders.
Absolutely. It's important to gather input from various perspectives to create a comprehensive and sustainable solution.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot to think about and discuss before any decisions are made.
Definitely. Let's hope for productive dialogue and thoughtful decision-making moving forward.
I treasure you.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit.
You know, as I've been reflecting on our friendship, I've come to realize something profound.
What's that?
I treasure you.
That's really heartwarming to hear. I value our friendship too.
It's more than just friendship. You've become like family to me, someone I deeply care for and appreciate.
Wow, I didn't realize our bond meant that much to you.
It does. Your presence in my life brings me comfort and joy, and I cherish that deeply.
Likewise, you've been a constant source of support and laughter for me.
Let's continue to nurture our friendship and create more memories together.
Absolutely. Knowing that I have you in my life makes everything better.
Here's to many more adventures and shared moments.
That I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense.
Let's make a beeline for it.
Hey, did you hear about the new coffee shop that opened downtown?
Yeah, I heard it's supposed to be amazing. Have you been there yet?
Not yet, but I've been dying to check it out. I heard they have the best cold brew in the city.
That sounds fantastic. How about we head there now? I could use a good coffee break.
Great idea. It's just a few blocks away. Let's make a beeline for it.
Perfect. I'm all for it. I've been craving something refreshing.
I know, right? Plus, I heard they have these amazing pastries. We can grab something to eat too.
That sounds perfect! A good coffee and a pastry would make my day.
All right, let's hurry before it gets too crowded. I can already smell the coffee.
Me too. I hope they have outdoor seating. It's such a nice day.
Absolutely. Let's enjoy the sunshine while we're at it.
Agreed. This is going to be great.
That's a tough nut to crack.
I've been trying to learn Japanese on my own. Started a few months ago, but the grammar and characters are quite challenging.
Oh, Japanese is known for that. It has 3 different writing systems and numerous grammatical rules that are very different from English.
Exactly. Hiragana and katakana were manageable, but kanji is a whole other level. It's like every character has its own personality and history.
That's a tough nut to crack. Have you tried using any language learning apps? Some of them are really good at breaking down those complex characters into more manageable lessons.
I've used a couple, but maybe I need to explore more specialized tools. Any suggestions?
Definitely check out some apps specifically designed for kanji learning. They use techniques like mnemonic devices to help you remember. Plus, joining a language exchange could be really beneficial.
A language exchange sounds interesting. Getting to practice with a native speaker could help a lot.
It definitely would. And it makes learning more interactive and fun. I'll send you some links to good resources.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How about you?
Doing all right. Anything new?
Not much, just the usual. How's work going?
It's been busy, but nothing I can't handle. How about you? Any exciting projects?
Not really, just plugging away at the same stuff. Trying to stay motivated, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. Sometimes it's tough to keep the momentum going.
Definitely. So, any plans for the weekend?
Not much. Probably just relaxing at home. What about you?
Same here. Maybe catch up on some reading. Or binge watch a series.
Sounds like a plan. Well, I should probably get back to work. Talk to you later.
Sure thing. Take care.
I'm so grateful for your help.
I finally finished that big report due yesterday. Couldn't have done it without your insights on the analytics section.
Oh, it was no problem at all. I'm glad I could help out. How did the presentation go?
It went really well. Thanks to your contributions. The board was impressed with the depth of the analysis. I'm so grateful for your help.
I'm just happy it all worked out. Maybe we can collaborate more often. It seems like our skills complement each other pretty well.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe we can tackle the upcoming market expansion project together. There's a lot of data-driven decision-making involved.
That sounds like a great opportunity. Let's schedule a time to brainstorm and set some initial objectives.
Perfect. I'll send out an invite for a meeting next week. Looking forward to partnering with you on this.
Me too. Let's make it a success.
How long have you lived here?
How long have you lived here?
I've been here about 5 years now. It's gone by so fast. How about you?
Just moved in last month. Actually, I'm still getting to know the area.
Oh, welcome then. What brought you to this neighborhood?
Work mostly. Plus, I heard great things about the community and the local schools.
It's definitely a great place for families. The parks and community events are a big plus.
I've noticed people are really friendly around here. Have you seen much change since you moved in?
A bit, yeah. Some new shops opened up, and they've done a lot of landscaping around the main street. It looks nicer.
That sounds wonderful. Any tips on places to eat or things to do?
For sure. There's a great Italian place on Elm Street, and if you like the outdoors, the trail by the lake is a nice spot for a walk.
Thanks for the recommendations. I'll definitely check them out.
Anytime. If you need anything else, just ask. Happy to help a neighbor out.
That's a win-win situation.
I was thinking about starting a community garden. What do you think about joining in?
That sounds interesting. What's the plan?
We find a vacant lot and get permission to use it. Everyone involved can have their own section to grow whatever they like, and maybe we can donate some of the produce to a local food bank.
I like that idea. It helps us eat healthier and gives back to the community. That's a win-win situation.
Exactly. Plus, it's a great way to connect with neighbors and learn more about gardening together.
Do you think we'll need a lot of people to start?
Not really. A few committed folks to start, and I'm sure more will join once they see what we're doing.
Count me in then. It'll be nice to spend some time outdoors, and it's for a good cause.
Awesome. I'll start looking into locations this week. Let's meet up soon to brainstorm more.
Sounds good. I'll do some research on beginner gardening tips in the meantime.
Let's play it by ear.
Are you still up for the hike this weekend?
I definitely am, but the weather forecast isn't looking too great. They're predicting rain.
Yeah, I saw that. We could switch to Sunday. Maybe the weather will be better then.
That might work. Let's play it by ear and decide on Saturday.
Sounds like a plan. If it's still rainy, maybe we could check out that new indoor rock climbing place instead.
I've heard good things about it. Climbing could be a fun alternative if we're rained out.
Exactly. It's been ages since I last climbed. Could be a nice change of pace.
Agreed. And if the weather clears up last minute, we stick to the original hiking plan?
Perfect. I'll keep my gear ready for either option. We'll touch base on Saturday morning then?
Yes, let's do that. Looking forward to our adventure, rain or shine.
Are you married?
Are you married?
Yes, I've been married for about 3 years now. How about you?
I'm not married yet. Still enjoying the single life.
That's cool. How do you find being single in this city?
It's pretty good. There's always something to do and new people to meet.
That sounds like fun. I remember those days fondly. What do you enjoy most about your freedom?
Probably the spontaneity. I can make plans last minute, travel, or just enjoy a quiet evening without coordinating with anyone else.
I can see the appeal in that. Spontaneity is a bit harder with a spouse, especially when you're both busy.
I can imagine. What's the best part about being married for you?
It's having that constant support. No matter what happens, I know I have someone who's got my back.
That does sound really nice. Do you think it changed a lot for you after getting married?
It did. There's a deeper sense of partnership and commitment. It's different, but I wouldn't change it.
It sounds like a rewarding experience.
It definitely is. Whether single or married, it's all about enjoying the stage you're in.
You are my everything.
Have you ever stopped to think about the people who mean the most to you, the ones who hold a significant place in your life?
Yes, those individuals who become the pillars of our existence, shaping our reality in profound ways.
Exactly. And that's why I want you to know that you are my everything.
Your words are deeply meaningful. To hear that I hold such a significant role in your life is both humbling and touching.
It's the truth. You're not just a part of my life. You're the very essence of it, the driving force behind everything I do.
Likewise, you bring light to my darkest days, joy to my moments of sorrow. You are the foundation upon which my world is built.
And you are mine. Together, we create a tapestry of love and support that strengthens us both.
I'm grateful for your presence in my life, for the unwavering commitment and devotion you show me every day. You truly are my everything.
What's new?
What's new?
Oh, quite a bit actually. I started taking this online course on graphic design. It's been really interesting.
That sounds fun. What made you decide to pick up graphic design?
I've always been into artsy stuff, but never really did anything structured. You know? I figured a course would be a good way to channel that interest.
Makes sense. How's it going so far?
Pretty good. I'm learning a lot about color theory and composition. Plus, the instructor is really engaging.
Are you working on any projects in the course?
Yes, actually. We have to design a logo and branding package for a fictional company. It's challenging but super rewarding.
That does sound rewarding. What's the company about?
It's a sustainable clothing brand. We're focusing on eco-friendly practices And materials. I'm thinking about using a leaf motif in the logo.
Very topical. I can't wait to see what you come up with.
Let's not beat around the bush.
I wanted to talk to you about something. Let's not beat around the bush. I think you borrowed my book last month, and I really need it back.
Oh, you're right. I did borrow it. I'm sorry. I completely forgot to return it. I've been so caught up with work.
No worries. I understand things have been hectic. It's just that it's part of a series I'm trying to finish.
I completely get it. I'll drop it off tomorrow. If that works for you?
That would be perfect. Thanks. While we're on the subject, did you enjoy the book?
I loved it, actually. It got me hooked on the series, too. Maybe I can borrow the next one?
Sure. I'll bring it along when you return the other. They're great reads, aren't they?
Absolutely. I haven't been this captivated by a series in a long time. Thanks for introducing me to it.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying them. We'll have a lot to discuss.
Let's take a rain check.
Hey, are you still up for that hiking trip tomorrow? They say the view from the summit is breathtaking at sunrise.
I've been looking forward to it, but I just checked the weather forecast, and it's supposed to rain heavily all day. What do you think?
Oh, that's a bummer. Hiking in the rain might be a bit too adventurous for my taste. Maybe we should postpone?
Yeah, let's take a rain check on that. We don't want to get caught in a downpour. How about we check out that new indoor climbing gym instead?
That sounds like a great alternative. I've heard they have some challenging routes. Plus, it'll be a good workout, rain or shine.
Perfect. Let's meet there around the same time we plan for the hike. We can grab some coffee afterwards, too.
Sounds like a plan. I'll bring the enthusiasm. You bring your climbing skills.
What's your point of view on?
What's your point of view on the rise of remote work?
I think it's a significant shift in the way we approach work. It offers more flexibility and can improve work-life balance for many.
That's true. But some argue that it could lead to a loss of productivity and hinder collaboration.
I see where they're coming from. But with the right tools and communication strategies, remote teams can be just as effective as traditional ones.
Fair point. And what about its impact on company culture?
It's definitely a challenge to maintain a strong company culture when everyone's working remotely. But with intentional efforts and regular virtual interactions, it's possible to foster a sense of belonging and connection.
It seems like remote work isn't without its challenges, but it also has its benefits.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right balance and adapting to this new way of working.
Well, it looks like remote work is here to stay, at least to some extent.
Indeed. And it'll be interesting to see how it continues to evolve in the future.
What's your perspective on?
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy.
What's your perspective on the recent surge in cryptocurrency prices?
It's certainly intriguing. The volatility makes it both exciting and risky for investors.
True. Some people see it as a great opportunity for high returns, while others are wary of its unpredictability.
Exactly. It's important to approach it with caution and do thorough research before investing.
Agreed. But what about its long-term potential as a digital asset?
There's a lot of debate around that. Some believe it could revolutionize finance, while others think it's just a speculative bubble waiting to burst.
It's hard to say for sure. The technology behind it, blockchain, does seem promising though.
Definitely. Blockchain has applications beyond just cryptocurrencies, like secure transactions and smart contracts.
So you see it as more than just a passing trend?
Yes. I think it has the potential to reshape certain aspects of the financial industry, but it's still early days.
Interesting. It'll be fascinating to see how it evolves in the coming years.
Absolutely. It's a space worth keeping an eye on.
You love when it's said and done, 'cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Totally. The new feature on the app has been a game changer.
Absolutely. It's already getting rave reviews from users.
And the best part is how seamlessly it integrates with the existing platform.
Definitely. It enhances the user experience without being overwhelming.
Plus, it gives us a competitive edge in the market.
Exactly. It sets us apart from our competitors and positions us as innovators in the industry.
And I have to give credit to the development team for their hard work and creativity.
Agreed. They really knocked it out of the park with this one.
It's satisfying to see our efforts paying off and delivering something truly impactful.
Absolutely. It's moments like these that make all the hard work worthwhile.
I worship you.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous.
Have you ever felt like someone truly understands you? Like they see straight through to your core?
Yes, it's rare but incredibly comforting. When it happens,
That's how I feel about you. It's like you have this innate ability to know exactly what I need, even before I do.
that means a lot. I strive to be there for you in every way possible.
And you succeed. Your support, your wisdom, it's like a guiding light in my life.
I'm touched by your words. But remember, it's not just about me. It's about us, our connection, our bond.
That's true. But you specifically, you're irreplaceable. I worship you.
Your admiration humbles me. I cherish our relationship more than words can express.
As do I. It's a privilege to have you in my life, to share this journey with you.
I am crazy about you.
You know, looking back on our time together, I've realized something important.
What's that?
I am crazy about you.
Really? That's surprising to hear.
It shouldn't be. You're an extraordinary person, and I admire you deeply.
Thank you. That means a lot. I value our friendship too.
It's more than just friendship. You've captivated my thoughts and hard in ways I can't explain.
I'm flattered. I've always enjoyed our conversations and the moments we've shared.
Likewise, you bring joy and excitement into my life, and I appreciate you for that.
I'm glad to hear that. Let's continue creating wonderful memories together.
Agreed. Here's to our special connection and the adventures yet to come.
Could you share your insight on?
Could you share your insight on the impact of social media on mental health?
Sure. Social media can have both positive and negative effects on mental health. On one hand, it can facilitate social connections and provide support networks. On the other hand, excessive use can lead to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression, especially among young people who compare themselves to others online.
That's an important point. Do you think there are ways to mitigate the negative effects?
Definitely. Encouraging mindfulness and self-awareness about social media usage, setting boundaries, and promoting digital literacy can all help individuals navigate social media in a healthier way.
What about the role of social media companies in addressing these issues?
Social media companies have a responsibility to prioritize user well-being and implement measures like content moderation, promoting positive content, and providing resources for mental health support.
It seems like there's a need for both individual and collective efforts to address the impact of social media on mental health.
Absolutely. It's a complex issue that requires a multifaceted approach involving individuals, communities, and technology companies.
Thank you for sharing your insight. It's given me a lot to think about.
You're welcome. It's an important topic that merits thoughtful consideration and action.
That's a blast from the past.
Hey, I was cleaning out the storage closet. And guess what I found? The old project files from our first collaborative campaign.
Really? That's a blast from the past. I can't believe how long it's been since we worked on that.
It's been almost a decade, hasn't it? I was flipping through some of the designs and strategies we used back then. It's amazing to see how much has changed.
Definitely. Our approach was so different, less digital, more print and face-to-face interactions. It feels almost quaint now, doesn't it?
It does. But, some of those old tactics still have merit. Maybe we could take a fresh look and see if there's anything old that can be new again.
That's a great idea. A little retro inspiration might just set our next project apart. Let's schedule some time to dig through those files together and brainstorm.
Sounds like a plan. I'll bring the files, you bring the nostalgia. Let's see what gems we can uncover.
I'm so touched by your words.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
Hey, I saw the presentation you gave yesterday. It was fantastic.
Thanks. I was really nervous about it.
You couldn't tell at all. Your delivery was so smooth and confident.
I appreciate that. I spent a lot of time preparing.
It really showed.
You made some great points about the project's impact on the community.
I'm glad you think so. I just wanted to make sure everyone understood its importance.
You did an excellent job. Honestly, your dedication to this project is inspiring.
Wow, I'm so touched by your words. It means a lot to hear that.
You deserve it. You've put in so much effort, and it's paying off.
Thank you. It's been a challenging journey, but feedback like this makes it worthwhile.
Keep up the great work. You're making a real difference.
Thanks, I will. By the way, are you free this weekend? I was thinking of organizing a small celebration for the team.
That sounds like a great idea. Count me in.
Let's cut to the chase.
I know we've been going back and forth with emails, but I thought it'd be better to discuss this directly.
I agree. Let's cut to the chase. What's the main issue you're seeing with the current proposal?
The budget allocation for the marketing segment seems disproportionately high compared to the projected ROI. We need to balance our expenses more effectively.
That's a valid point. I assumed the high visibility from the marketing would drive up our sales significantly. But perhaps I need to reevaluate the figures.
Exactly. If we could redirect some of those funds towards product development, I believe we could offer a more competitive product without needing as much marketing.
That makes sense. I'll work on adjusting the allocations. How soon do you think we could see a prototype with the increased development budget?
If we reprioritize our resources, I'm confident we can have something ready for testing in the next quarter.
Perfect. Let's aim for that then. I'll start revising the plan right away.
That's a blessing in disguise.
Hey, did you hear about the changes in our department?
Yeah, I heard. A lot of people are worried about the restructuring. How do you feel about it?
At first, I was nervous, but now I think it might be a good thing.
Really? Why's that?
Well, I found out my role is being shifted to a new project that focuses on innovation. It's something I've always wanted to be a part of.
That sounds amazing. So, the restructuring actually worked out for you.
Exactly. That's a blessing in disguise. I never would have pursued this opportunity if things hadn't changed.
It's funny how things work out sometimes. Change can be intimidating, but it often brings unexpected benefits.
Definitely. I'm actually excited about the future now. What about you? How are you affected?
My team is being merged with another one, which means new colleagues and fresh perspectives. I think it could be a great learning experience.
Sounds like we're both finding the silver lining in this situation.
For sure. It's all about perspective, isn't it?
Absolutely. Let's make the most of these new opportunities.
I am passionate about you.
You know, lately, I've been reflecting on our relationship and what it means to me.
Oh, really? What have you been thinking about?
I am passionate about you.
That's quite a statement. I didn't realize you felt that strongly.
It's true. You ignite a fire within me, a sense of purpose, an excitement that I haven't felt before.
I'm flattered. I've always enjoyed our time together and the experiences we share.
It's more than just enjoyment. You inspire me to be a better person, to pursue my dreams with fervor and determination.
That's incredibly touching to hear. I feel the same way about you.
Let's continue to support each other's passions and aspirations, to grow and evolve together.
Absolutely. Here's to a future filled with love, growth, and endless possibilities.
I hold you dear to my heart.
You know, as I've been reflecting on our relationship, I've realized something important.
What's that?
I hold you dear to my heart.
That's really touching to hear. I value our connection too.
It's more than just a connection. You've become an integral part of my life, someone I deeply care for and cherish.
Likewise. You mean a lot to me as well.
Let's continue to nurture and strengthen our bond, supporting each other through all of life's UPS and downs.
Absolutely. Having you in my life brings me comfort and joy.
Here's to the memories we've shared and the ones we'll create in the future.
Let's call it a day.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
We've been working on this project for hours now.
I know, but we've made a lot of progress. The presentation is really coming together.
It is. I'm pleased with how the slides turned out, but I'm starting to feel pretty exhausted.
Same here. We've accomplished a lot today, though. Maybe it's time to wrap up.
I agree. Let's call it a day and pick this up tomorrow.
Good idea. A fresh start in the morning will help us see things more clearly.
Definitely. I'll send an email summarizing what we've done so far, so we're all on the same page.
Perfect. I'll review it tonight and be ready for any final tweaks tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. We're almost there. Just a few more touches, and we'll be ready.
Yes, and taking a break will help us be more productive tomorrow.
Exactly. Let's meet at 9 a.m. to finish up.
Great. See you then.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and
I'm so grateful for your help.
I finally finished setting up the new computer you helped me pick out.
Oh, that's great. Did everything go smoothly with the setup?
Yes, it did. I followed the steps you showed me last time. The new system is much faster, and I can already see a huge difference in performance.
I'm glad to hear that. Did you get a chance to transfer all your old files over?
I did, and it was easier than I thought. Your tip about the cloud backup saved me a lot of time. I'm so grateful for your help.
Anytime. I'm just happy it all worked out. Have you tried any of the software I recommended?
Yes, I installed a couple of them, And they're fantastic. The graphic design software is especially impressive.
That's perfect for your projects. If you have any questions or need more tips, just let me know.
I definitely will. Thanks again. Maybe I can return the favor sometime.
Sure, but let's start with a coffee sometime soon.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's put our heads together.
I've been trying to figure out a new approach for the marketing campaign, but I'm hitting a wall. Do you have a moment to brainstorm?
Of course. What specifically are you looking to improve from the last campaign?
We need something that makes more of an impact, something that really grabs attention. The previous campaign was too passive, and the engagement numbers were lower than expected.
I've noticed that too. Have you considered incorporating more interactive content? Maybe something that encourages user participation?
That's an interesting angle. I think it could work, especially on social media platforms. What kind of interactive content are you thinking about?
Perhaps a contest, or a live event that ties into the campaign theme. If we can engage the audience directly, it might boost our visibility and interaction rates.
I like that idea. Let's put our heads together and flesh out this concept. We could outline a few interactive elements and see how they integrate with the overall campaign.
Sounds good. I'll pull up some data on recent successful interactive campaigns for inspiration. Let's make this happen.
I'm so glad we crossed paths.
You know, I've been thinking about how we met last year at that conference.
Yeah, it feels like it was just yesterday. I'm so glad we crossed paths.
Me too. If we hadn't, I wouldn't have discovered all those amazing insights you shared about sustainable living.
And I wouldn't have found a great collaborator for my projects. Your ideas have really helped shape them.
I appreciate that. Working together has been so productive. Remember that recycling initiative we started?
How could I forget? It's been one of our biggest successes so far.
Exactly. It's amazing to see how much of an impact we've made in just a year.
It really is. Our community has embraced it so well.
And it's just the beginning. I'm excited about the future projects we have planned.
Same here. We've got a great team and a lot of momentum.
Here's to many more successful collaborations.
Cheers to that. I'm looking forward to what's next.
Have you been on any vacations recently?
Have you been on any vacations recently?
Yes, I just got back from a week in Iceland. It was incredible. Have you traveled anywhere lately?
Not recently, but hearing about Iceland sounds fascinating. What was the highlight of your trip?
Definitely seeing the northern lights. It was surreal, like watching vibrant colors dance across the sky. What's the best vacation you've ever had?
My trip to Japan was unforgettable. The culture, the food, the historic sites, it was a whole new world for me.
Japan sounds amazing. I'd love to go there someday. Did you pick up any Japanese while you were there?
A little bit. Just enough to navigate the subway. And order at restaurants. How about you? Did you manage to learn some Icelandic phrases?
A few basics, yes. It's a challenging language, but the locals appreciated the effort. Are you planning any trips for the near future?
I'm thinking about a road trip across the U.S. next summer. Always wanted to see the national parks.
That would be an epic journey. The national parks are such treasures. Safe travels when you go.
What's your stance on?
What's your stance on the legalization of marijuana?
I believe it should be legalized for both medicinal and recreational use.
Do you think there are any potential drawbacks to legalization?
Well, there are concerns about increased usage among youth and potential impacts on public health, but I think these can be mitigated with proper regulation and education.
That's a fair point. What about the economic benefits of legalization?
Legalization could generate significant tax revenue and create jobs in the cannabis industry, which could be beneficial for local economies.
And what about the criminal justice aspect? Do you think legalization would reduce crime related to marijuana?
It's likely. Legalization could help reduce arrests and incarcerations for non-violent drug offenses and redirect law enforcement resources towards more serious crimes.
It seems like there are valid arguments both for and against legalization.
Definitely. It's a complex issue with various social, economic, and health implications that need to be carefully considered.
Thanks for sharing your perspective. It's helpful to hear different viewpoints on such important topics.
Of course. It's always good to have informed discussions about these issues.
How do you see?
How do you see the future of remote work unfolding?
I think it's going to become increasingly common and even more integrated into the way we work.
Agreed. But do you think it will completely replace traditional office settings?
I don't think so. While remote work offers flexibility and convenience, there's still value in face-to-face collaboration and office culture.
That's true. But with advancements in technology, do you think remote work will become even more seamless?
Absolutely. As technology evolves, remote work tools will become more sophisticated, making virtual collaboration feel more natural and efficient.
And what about the impact on urban centers? Do you think remote work will lead to a shift away from cities?
It's possible. We might see more people moving to suburban or rural areas as remote work allows for greater geographical flexibility.
Interesting. It seems like remote work has the potential to reshape not just how we work, but also where we live.
Definitely. It's a trend worth keeping an eye on as it continues to evolve in the coming years.
Agreed. It'll be fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
Would you mind sharing your thoughts on?
Would you mind sharing your thoughts on the recent advancements in artificial intelligence?
Of course. I think AI has the potential to revolutionize various industries, from healthcare to finance, by improving efficiency and decision-making.
That's true. But some are concerned about the ethical implications and the potential for job displacement.
Yes, those are valid concerns. It's essential to address them through responsible development and implementation of AI technologies.
Agreed. And what about the role of privacy and data security?
It's a crucial aspect to consider. With AI handling vast amounts of data, ensuring privacy and security measures is paramount to maintaining trust and integrity.
Absolutely. Transparency and accountability are key in navigating the ethical challenges posed by AI.
Exactly. We need robust regulations and ethical frameworks in place to guide the responsible use of AI.
It seems like AI presents both opportunities and challenges that we need to navigate carefully.
Indeed, it's an exciting but complex field that requires thoughtful consideration and collaboration across various disciplines.
Well, thank you for sharing your insights. It's given me a lot to think about.
You're welcome. I'm always happy to discuss these topics further.
What do you do for work?
What do you do for work?
I'm a web developer at a tech startup. We specialize in educational software. How about you?
I'm a landscape architect. I design outdoor spaces for parks and private residences.
That sounds interesting. What kind of projects are you working on currently?
I'm designing a community garden that integrates both play areas for kids and quiet zones for relaxation. It's quite a challenge, but very rewarding.
That does sound rewarding. What's the most enjoyable part of your job?
Seeing the community come together to enjoy the spaces I design. It feels good knowing I'm creating something that people can enjoy for years. And what do you enjoy most about your job?
I love solving problems and making things more efficient. Whenever we roll out new features that help teachers or students, it really feels like we're making a difference.
Making a difference is definitely a great motivator. Do you work mostly with schools then?
Yes, primarily with schools, but sometimes we create programs for individual educators and tutors as well.
It must be satisfying to see your work impacting education directly.
It really is. What's the biggest project you've worked on?
Probably the redesign of the Central City Park. It was a massive project that took nearly 2 years to complete.
Wow, that's impressive. I must check it out sometime.
Definitely do. It's a great place to unwind.
I cherish you.
Hey, do you remember that time we went on that impromptu road trip and ended up in that quirky little town?
Oh, yeah. How could I forget? That was such a spontaneous and fun adventure.
Totally. You know, reflecting on that trip made me realize something important.
What's that?
I cherish you.
That's really heartwarming to hear. I feel the same way about our friendship.
It's more than just friendship. You're like family to me.
Wow, that means a lot. You've always been there for me too, through thick and thin.
Of course. We've shared so many memories and experiences together, and I wouldn't trade them for anything.
Me neither. It's rare to find someone who understands you so deeply.
Agreed. Here's to many more adventures and memories together.
I'm so proud of your progress.
How's your training for the marathon going?
It's actually going really well. I just finished a 20-mile run last weekend without stopping. I can hardly believe it myself.
That's amazing! I'm so proud of your progress. It sounds like all your hard work is really paying off.
Thanks. It's been a tough few months, but I feel stronger than ever. The real test will be the marathon next month.
You're going to do great! Have you thought about your pace or how you're going to tackle it?
I'm planning to start slower than usual to conserve energy. I want to make sure I have enough left for the second half.
Sounds like a smart strategy. Keeping steady is key.
Exactly. Oh, and are you still up for cheering me on at the race?
Of course! I wouldn't miss it. We'll make a day out of it.
It's fantastic.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that...
It's fantastic!
Agreed. The turnout for the event exceeded our expectations.
Absolutely. And the feedback we've received so far has been overwhelmingly positive.
It's a testament to all the hard work and dedication put into organizing it.
Definitely. I'm proud of what we've accomplished together.
Me too. It's rewarding to see everything come together so smoothly.
And the energy at the event was electric. It really created a vibrant atmosphere.
I couldn't agree more. It was a great opportunity for networking and building connections.
Plus, it showcased our organization in a very positive light.
Absolutely. It's events like these that help elevate our brand and mission.
I'm excited to see what else we can achieve in the future.
Till it lingered near and waited patiently.
I adore you.
Hey, I was thinking about our trip last summer. Remember that night under the stars by the campfire?
Of course. How could I forget? It was magical, just like out of a storybook.
Yeah, it really was. And you know what else? I realized something that night.
What's that?
I adore you.
That's so sweet of you to say. I cherish those memories too.
I mean it. You're like the missing piece of the puzzle in my life.
Wow, that means a lot to me. You're pretty special too, you know.
Thanks. It's just that whenever I'm with you, everything feels right. It's like you bring out the best in me.
Likewise. I feel like we're a great team, you and I.
Definitely. Here's to many more adventures together. Cheers!
I'm so excited to see you.
Can you believe it's been almost 5 years since we graduated? Time flies.
It really does. I was just thinking about our college days the other day. Hey, are you coming to the reunion next month?
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm so excited to see you. And everyone else. It's been too long.
I know. I can't wait to catch up in person. Have you kept in touch with many of our classmates?
A few here and there, mostly through social media. How about you?
Same here, a bit of social media, a few emails. It's going to be interesting to see where everyone is in life now.
Definitely. Are you still working in graphic design?
Yeah, I actually started my own company last year. What about you? Still in marketing?
Yep, but I moved into digital marketing. There's so much to catch up on. I'm really looking forward to the reunion.
Me too. See you there.
What kind of music do you like?
What kind of music do you like?
I'm really into jazz, especially the classics like Miles Davis and John Coltrane. How about you?
I lean more towards rock. Bands like the Beatles and Led Zeppelin are on top of my list.
Oh, the legends. I can appreciate some good rock too. What is it about rock music that you like?
I love the energy and the storytelling in the lyrics. Plus, the guitar solos are just epic. Do you go to jazz clubs often?
Whenever I get the chance. There's something about live jazz that recordings just can't capture. The improvisation is incredible.
That sounds amazing. I should join you sometime. I don't think I've experienced live jazz the way you describe it.
Definitely. It's a whole different atmosphere. And I should catch a rock concert with you. I bet it's a blast.
Absolutely. There's nothing like the vibe of a live rock performance. It'd be fun to explore each other's musical worlds a bit.
Agreed. It's a deal then. Music exploration adventure.
That's a turning point.
Have you ever thought about how we got here?
It's funny how life works out sometimes. One moment you're strangers, the next you're inseparable.
Yeah, it's like every decision led us to this point.
Remember when we first met at that cafe? Seems like ages ago.
And now look at us, talking about love like we're experts.
I guess that's what happens. When you find someone who gets you.
True. It's not just about being together. It's about growing together.
That's a turning point. Realizing it's not just a fleeting feeling.
Exactly. It's about building something meaningful, something that lasts.
And here we are, navigating through life's twists and turns together.
Who would have thought we'd end up here?
Fate works in mysterious ways.
Could I get your opinion on?
Could I get your opinion on the latest budget proposal?
Sure. Overall, I think it's a step in the right direction.
That's good to hear. What about the allocation for education?
It seems adequate, but I think more could be done to support certain areas, like early childhood education.
I see your point. And what about healthcare funding?
It's a tricky one. They've increased funding, but there are still concerns about accessibility and affordability.
Agreed. It's a complex issue that needs careful attention.
Definitely. And what about the proposed tax reforms?
I think they're necessary to stimulate economic growth, but there's always debate about who benefits the most.
True. It's a balancing act between incentivizing investment and ensuring fairness.
Overall, it sounds like you have some reservations, but see potential benefits too.
Exactly. It's about weighing the pros and cons and striving for the best outcome for everyone.
What's your favorite holiday?
What's your favorite holiday?
I love Christmas. There's just something magical about the season. What's yours?
I'm a big fan of Thanksgiving. It's all about food, family, and being grateful, which is wonderful.
Christmas has that warmth too, with the decorations and giving gifts. Do you have any special traditions for Thanksgiving?
Yes, every year my whole family comes together, and we spend the day cooking and catching up. It's really special. How about you? Any Christmas traditions?
We always decorate the tree together, and on Christmas Eve, we go to a candlelight service. Then, it's hot cocoa and Christmas movies until we're too sleepy to stay up.
That sounds really cozy. Do you think your love for Christmas has grown as you've gotten older?
Definitely. It's more about the feelings and experiences now, rather than just the presents.
I feel the same about Thanksgiving. It's the togetherness that I value most now.
Exactly. It's those moments that make holidays so meaningful. They remind us of what's really important.